just lost my job.
That's what it's like when Jason and I go on tour together. And just, so buy your tickets now. Damn it, there's a lot of you, hey? E from Canada. Bye, band! And Jason? He's gonna make me do that?
Please don't turn their microphones on until we've left.
Hi, everyone! Those lights are fucking bright, yo. So that's why I'm doing this. I just want to see how all your faces. It's not happening, but I'm trying. How is everyone? So excited to see you. So excited to be here in Indianapolis. Is anybody from, well, that's, okay, never mind.
The guy next to me on the airplane yesterday said, so what's your final stop? And I said, Indianapolis. He went, are you going for work? You people are fucking fun! I love you!
How many people here are from Indianapolis? Take it. You guys fucking rock. Yes! Thank you for being here. Thank all of you for being here. How many of you have never been to a Creation Supernatural convention? Jesus. Excuse my language. Oh, that's nothing. That's nothing. Yeah. That's a thing. How many of you are children? Like that answer that. Woohoo!
We can't hear you.
Her mic's not? Yes, it is. Liz? Okay, hold on. Testing.
Yes.
Okay, go.
No.
Is that better? Thank you for the note. Thank you. I thought you hated me. You're like, wow, they are not on Kim's side today. Nobody fucking thinks I'm funny. Oh my God, that's much better. Okay, so yes, how many of you are children? I'm a child. Yes. And how many of you do we, okay, so, I use powerful language. We don't call them bad words. We don't call them bad words. They're powerful words. However, if you have a feeling that it frightens you or offends you, I absolutely will take moments afterwards and tell you what I mean, because what I mean is always from my heart, and I will happily pick different words that make you feel heard and loved, okay? But in the meantime, fuck the rest of you! Yeah, you'll get a lot of that. I'm Kim Rhodes. This is Briana Buckmaster. All right, we'll answer questions. Okay. Yes. They're ready. They are. I love it. Hello.
Hi, my name is Briana.
Shut up! Shut up! Hold on. No, it's not. One N or two?
Two N's.
Okay, you can sit down. I'm just kidding. Oh my gosh, it's so nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too. My question's for Kim.
It's okay, my favorite though is Brianna's gonna answer it, so feel free to answer. No, maybe. We'll see what the question is. All right, yes.
So, growing up, Zach and Cody, if they were in the supernatural world, what do you think would happen between the two sets of brothers?
Well, since you asked, listen, Zach and Cody, and the way they are in the makeup trailers is... We didn't have trailers. She was asking me. She was asking me. You're right. They are out of control. Really, constantly applying the rouge. They like to put the mascara on themselves. And very similar to Jared and Jensen. Now, Jared, no, I'm done. I like the fact that you aged me appropriately by saying I call it rouge. Rouge. Pinch your cheeks. So if the hypothetical Zach and Cody were in the supernatural, but I think they would absolutely
absolutely fit. No, I don't think so. Those little fuckers could MacGyver their way out of some serious shit. They would be, they'd be very, I have a feeling that they would know Garth. They would each, like, they'd come across as like, because they both grew up to be very handsome young men, and they'd be the kind of guys that could be like, oh, you're too cool for school, and then they'd both bring out their own sock puppets. And they would know everything about everything, but still find excuses to have snacks. So very much like Sam and Dean. I think they'd fare very, very well in that world. The only problem would be every time they saw Jody, they'd be like,
and that would be great. What a bit. Come on. Yeah, that'd be golden. Thank you so much. If you could write a letter to the producers, that'd be great. Thank you.
Bring back Supernatural so Dylan and Cole can be on it.
Thanks, Briana.
Hi there.
Hi.
First of all, thanks for being so cool with me and my sister here.
You guys had a great photo op.
Thank you.
You guys had a great photo op.
First of all, I just want to say, I made a friend recently who, her dad's cousin was one of the arresting officers in the John Wayne Gacy case. And thinking about that, if you two were real cops, who would you want to arrest and why? And Briana, if you pick one of my two favorite Canadian cases, brownie points for you.
I get 2? I get out of 2?
So I'm into Ken and Barbie and Luca Magnotta, like I could go all day about them.
I understand 3 words coming out of your mouth right now. This is the hardest fucking question I've had my entire life. I get paid enough money to, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Kim's got an answer.
Here's the deal though. No, I have a question for you. This is a coded question. My friend, is this a special interest of yours?
Yes, I'm autistic.
Fuck yeah, you are! Well done! So, here's the thing, because I am in the process of having my assessment so I can get my official diagnosis. So, samesies, I don't fucking know about your special interest, so I would prefer you to tell me what the answer is and why. Who would Jody most like to arrest?
Yeah, that's how we do. We don't answer the fucking questions.
I got you.
Suckers.
Okay, I thought about it. Because I absolutely hate this motherfucker so bad.
Bring it. Ted Bundy. All right, Jody would arrest Ted Bundy.
What about Donna?
Slap the smirk off his
Tell me the
fucking
Canadian
face.
ones.
Well, do you want to don't arrest the don't fuck with cats guy?
Don't fuck with cats?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Also because there's a corpse song with Luca Magnotta as a reference, right? And I had to go look it up because I was like, there is a child with the voice of a devil, awesome devil, who's singing about this person. So that's the only reason I know who that is. Thank you. That was a very obscure but very important conversation that you all were just a part of.
Yes.
Thank you for that question.
Thank you. We will not be answering any more questions like that today. We want what is your favorite color?
I don't.
And what kitchen utensil would you be? Thank you. Just kidding.
Hi, my name's Julie, and I need to start by saying that my daughter is very upset that I wore the picture shirt of you.
I'm not. Is she actually upset? She's upset in like a fun way.
She's not here.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. Fuck her. She's literally wearing a shirt of me from Denver. Of me flipping the bird to her daughter. She's wearing a t-shirt. Ow! So this is all, yeah.
I'm a 25-year teaching veteran. My husband is a 26-year teaching veteran, and when I first came to my first Supernatural convention in Denver, I realized that I teach a lot of these people who are on stage, and I can see the character. Like Jared, I can see him in my 7th graders in the classroom.
Who can't,
And
really?
so I've spent a lot of time telling my kids, you know, if he can be successful, so can you.
That's great.
My question is,
Yes.
who was your favorite teacher and why?
Ooh, great question. I have lots of favorite teachers. The first one that came to mind was my drama teacher in Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. Moose Jaw. His name was Mr. Dirksen, and he couldn't fucking stand me. Just imagine this energy bottled up in like an angsty 14-year-old who wouldn't stop talking, needed so much external validation, and he was like, there's this big hippie who was really into theater and theater arts, and I was like, all the time, look at me, and he's like, ugh. But then he recognized how very authentically interested in theater and theater arts I was, and he taught me so much about acting. And none of which I'm going to repeat now because it's just such a long answer. But he just, the way he moved through the world also with this kind of, I don't really care what other people think. Like, we all thought he was so fucking cool. And he was, but he didn't care that we thought he was cool. Do you know what I mean? But he changed the entire trajectory of my life by encouraging me to go into specifically theater, which I did for a decade. And I think that teachers are, I'll remember him forever, for the rest of my life. I think teachers are such incredible life changers, and I don't think they make enough money.
Teachers were my parents, who were both teachers. But June Conway, who recently passed away, because she introduced a bunch of high school kids to the concept that health class should include mental health. And Dr. Fred Rogers, I haven't caught up with him, Dr. Fred Rogers, who I went to a high school that was a voc tech high school, so like automotive majors, engineering majors. I was a dental major. It was a high school for simple kids who wanted to go to college, but it was voc tech. There was not a big arts community within it, and I was a dark, angry child. I know, shocking, right? Very dark, very angry, and I put so much of my pain and creativity into writing, and Dr. Rogers was the English teacher, and he saw that, and created an after-school creative writing program, basically, so that I would have someplace to go. I see that now, I didn't know that then. Back then I was like, I'm gonna fucking show up and make you hate me. Okay, yeah, you show up and make me hate you. Kid who really needs to be here and I don't want to see die. And I'm still alive!
Thank you. And tell your daughter to go fuck herself. Don't do that. Hello.
Hi. First of all, I just wanted to say thank you so much for doing the photo shoot, for actually knowing ASL. You guys are the first people that I've actually gone to a photo shoot that actually knew ASL at all. And I'm partially deaf, so whenever there's loud music like that, it's very hard for me to hear. And the fact that you were signing back to me, that's why I just kind of first went, oh my God. And my question is mostly for Kim. But I know that Briana probably is going to have input on it too. But I wanted to know, how much of your time on Zack and Cody do you remember, and what is your favorite memory from the show?
Ooh, not much is my first answer. It was a long time ago. People are like, oh, do you remember this episode when da-da-da-da-da? And I'm like, do you remember English class 11 years ago? When you read page 22 of Where the Red Fern Grows? No, you do not. Just remember those. Don't
20 years ago?
I don't know. Let's see. No, because I got pregnant the third year of the show, and my daughter is 14. So 4 + 3 is 7, so 17 years ago. Huh, that was a long time ago. I have many favorite moments. I'll tell you one just because I know everybody likes to hear stories about Dylan and Cole.
So here's a Dylan story. I have candy in my pocket, so I'll be
Thank God. Okay, you eat some candy. But I think you will also appreciate this. This is when they were about 15. And I was pregnant, so I was starting to put on weight, but they were not playing that I was pregnant, obviously, because I was a single mother. And and they were just, you know, making jokes about Carrie putting on weight. And Zach had a joke about Carrie eating donuts or something like that. And we did
Full circle!
Yeah, it was a donut. It was donuts. And we did it at the table read, and Dylan didn't say it, but we just, you know, sometimes they would skip lines again. We did it again. We got to taping in front of an audience, and he still was missing the joke. And the executive producer, in front of the entire audience, in front of everybody, was like, Dylan, would you just say that line? And he said, I will not disrespect this woman that way. I would not disrespect my mother that way. You write a different joke, and I will say it. And it was, he wasn't making a big deal about it, but they were finally just like, me, and he was like,
And for someone so young,
they
must have been 13, 14 at that point.
He was probably 14 or 15 at that age. Yeah.
That is bold. That is strong.
Yeah. So that's one of my favorite
stories.
stories.
I've never heard that story. That's good.
And just one more thing. I've been watching Sweet Life and Zack and Cody since it started, and I'm 22.
My babies.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
My name's Savannah. This is my first convention.
Woo!
So I just had a question, well, I guess two. So my first question is, what's your favorite word? Because I think that says a lot about somebody.
I asked for this, didn't I?
And my second question is, my friend group made a bunch of bracelets for each other, and I was just wondering if you guys wanted to take a look at it.
Made a bunch of bracelets for each other?
Yes.
Yes, I would love to take a look at that. My favorite word, I have a lot of them. One that I use a lot, that I like, other than the obvious, is audacious. Because I feel like that word for a long time has been thrown around as a negative thing. Okay, yeah, let's see. Oh, I love it.
Oh my gosh. Oh, it's good colors too.
Good colors.
Oh yeah.
I love. Thank you for showing that. It is so dark. I'm gonna fall into the abyss. There you go.
Don't fall off the stage.
I feel like when the word audacious is used often against people when they are being overly bold about something. I feel like it's used a lot for women in the context of she had such audacity. And I was like, I couldn't want anybody to say anything else about me than she had such audacity. She was so audacious. I'm like, I'm audacious as fuck. I don't give a shit. I'm gonna do what the fuck I want. And I hope that people notice that. And if people think it's a bad thing, they can go fuck themselves.
Three. There are many. I love words. I love wording. I words with the wording and the words in the most vertical of ways. I love them. But the three that come to mind, because you gave me a moment to think, the first word I like just because I like saying it and I like the way it sounds. I like the word kumquat. It's a good word, right? Just everybody say it. Ready? Kumquat. Isn't that satisfying to say? It's got the ka and the m and the t at the end. I love that word. I love the word defenestrate because I like the fact that there is a word that means throwing something out a window.
That's what that means?
That's what that means. So,
fenestrate?
Defenestrate. I finally gave up and defenestrated my laptop.
That word sounds way sexier than that.
I know, isn't it good? It's a good fucking word. And the word that my heart likes the most is the word home. Right? It's that word, right? You know what? Everybody has their own definition, and yet everybody knows what it means. Thank you for that question. Thank you.
Great question.
Hello, how are you ladies doing today?
Pretty good, thank you.
Good. Well,
Well, my name is Briana, and
Is this a joke?
I didn't choose it.
Is this a joke?
Hey, it's not my fault. I didn't choose it.
What's happening?
We are all Briana.
It's not really a question. It's more of a statement, appreciative statement. But I've been waiting 17 years to say this, so I'm a little nervous. I started watching Sweet Life when I was 8 years old. I was adopted when I was 6 by my aunt and uncle. I was taken away from my parents. And you were the very first healthy mom figure that I was ever given. And for the past 17 years, you're the one that I went to. And my daughter is 2.5. And through the past 2.5 years, when I needed a strong single mother figure to look to, I turned on Sweet Life. And when I needed a reminder of how bad of a bitch I am, I turned on Supernatural.
Nobody take a picture of that. Hugs are not allowed.
Give it up for Kim Rhodes!
We need to get hired after the Supernatural spin-off. But you're right after us. Hello.
Hi, I'm Tessa. So my question is, what is the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you?
Real easy one, hey? Cool. I don't really get embarrassed that easily. I don't know if you can tell that about me, but I don't know. That's a tough one.
See, there's a weird, so when people ask me that question, what I immediately go to is shame. Now, shame and embarrassment are two completely different things. I experience shame all the fucking time, where I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. Oh, everybody's looking at me, and that was the wrong thing to say, wasn't it? Oops. And then I recognize that shame is just my way of trying to feel safe, and I don't need to do it, and I can love me anyway, and I'm doing the best I can, and yay little me. And you know what? Sometimes you fucking say things that make other people uncomfortable. That's their fucking problem. But embarrassment, I'm like, oh, that should be really embarrassing. Tends to be like, I'm aware of shit that should be
on the sidewalk or
something.
something.
Oh my God, tell what happened.
Tell the class.
There you go. You can tell them about my
What were you going to say?
I was going to talk about tripping on stage in France, but I think that you should tell them instead about.
I'll tell them that one.
Okay, all right.
So we were just in France. No, I'm just kidding. We literally were there only enough to be miserable with jet lag, and then we had to turn around and come home. But we were, so Rob Benedict did a little concert. The stage, the convention in France is very small, very small. So the stage is a third of this stage. It's so tiny. And so Rob does his concert, and a couple of us go on and sing a song with him. So he introduces me, and I go on, and I trip, just like that, like just a little trip. But of course, no, you go ahead.
Time's up.
You can take it. And of course, I do a little trip, but then I turn it into a thing, and I'm like, whoa! And then every other actor that gets on the stage does
just
the
the
exact
girls.
same thing.
Just the girls. Just the girls. That's how we roll. We got our sister.
That's right.
We all going down.
And then Ruth goes on and she does like a cartwheel or something. It's very, very funny. But yeah, that's kind of me when it comes to embarrassment. I'm like, how could I benefit from this?
And those of you at the PJ party already heard this story, but I will give you the quick version, which is Briana and I were doing like her second convention. We were in England, and we were going to go on a walkabout so that we didn't fall asleep and really fuck up our system because we just landed. And she's outside the building, and I'm inside the building, and I walk to her, and there's a window there.
Like a glass door that she thought was open. It was that clean.
It was not. And again, I should have been embarrassed, and yet by the time I got outside, like it was not a little one. It wasn't like oh, I almost walked into that. It was her
entire body.
It was. And I got outside, and the first question out of my mouth was, "Why weren't you filming that?"
Because I still to this day, that must have been like 6 years ago, and I still to this day just imagine your face against the glass. You reel back. I text Kim every once in a while and be like, I'm laughing at the thing, and she knows exactly what I'm talking about. Because it's so funny. It's just like, that shit happens. You see it in the movies all the time, but it happens in real life. Anyway, that's our version of embarrassment.
Yeah, the lesson is, if you are the type of person that at your tender age does something and you're like, oh my God, I'm embarrassed, and I'm gonna think about being embarrassed about this for the rest of my life, I am here to testify that at the age of 52, I don't remember any of those fucking things. And I have developed a sense of humor that now when I do something quote unquote embarrassing, I'm like,
remember it because it's funny.
Oh, it's funny.
Everything's comedy, yo.
Comedy.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hi. So first off, Briana, I met you first time at the PBJ tour in Charlotte, and I remember the first thing you ever said to me was, I bite, and sometimes people like it.
I said that?
You said that to me because my friend said, talk to her, she doesn't bite. And she said, well, sometimes I do when people like it.
Oh, that's Gans. Yeah.
That was probably the best conversation ever.
See, we don't remember this shit, y'all. Take whatever we say with a grain of salt. We don't know what we're talking about. Anyway, yes, sage advice.
Okay, so, y'all inspire so many people, especially older women. Who are some people who inspire you?
Who inspires us?
I don't think, not that comes to memory, somewhat like one specific person that is my inspiration or my hero, but I am constantly inspired by small things, you know, by somebody standing up for themselves, by somebody choosing to leave a relationship that is unhealthy, by somebody, just people, when I watch, I can sense when people are starting to move into their more specific and authentic selves, and that constantly inspires me to do so. That's part of the reason why I'm hooked on these conventions, is because I can see you all and I get to have conversations with some of you and meet and greets at the PJ parties, and seeing you all change and do your thing and overcome some of these things that you guys share with us, it truly, truly changes me and changes the way I move through the world. It changes how my outlook on the world, changes the way I look and act and walk. And so I'm so grateful to people such as yourselves for showing me what authenticity looks like and what hardship looks like and what moving forward through challenge looks like. And so I don't have one hero, I guess I have hundreds of them. Oh, I know!
No, I'm gonna echo that, because I am inspired when I see people brave enough to commit to their joy. And that's you fuckers. I am inspired constantly by my partner here, who challenges me to be the best me, not because who I am is imperfect, but because she sees how perfect I already am. And she shows me how to do that by walking her own walk. And the other person who really inspires me is my kid. I know. And she inspires me because she's such a tough little fucker. Like, she doesn't place herself in the world in proportion to anyone else. She is just in her space in this world. And that is fucking infuriating to try to parent. Because like, I'll be clearly like, what the fuck? She'll be like, wow, you're having a big reaction to this right now, aren't you? And I'm like, yes, I fucking am. And she's like, you should do something about that. I should do something about that. Oh yeah, oh fuck, yeah, I should do something. Maybe you picked up your room. No, I should do something about that. So my kid is the bravest badass I fucking know, and she doesn't even know it. It's awesome. Don't anybody tell her. Yeah, those are my final answers. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Liv, and I have a question for Kim. But first, I just wanted to say thank you for giving. I can speak for a lot of us here, for giving us some other figure, and also just somebody who, as a teenager, has, like with your social media, for instance, your TikTok account, as somebody who struggles a lot with confidence and trying to be themselves, to be able to glance at just a short little video online and be able to have a boost of confidence, or even look at how you speak to the girls in Supernatural, which is just a fictional show, but still yet, it gives me something that I can feel better about myself.
You make it my pleasure.
And then I just wanted to ask, working with a character like Bobby on the show, where you stand as this mother figure for everybody, and he kind of stands as his father figure, how was that, like, working together as those two figures?
Well, okay, so I want to preface this answer by saying it is not my job to interpret where the characters live in your head. That is not my job. Once I'm done with it, how you assimilate and connect with and create the character in your brain is right. That said, I never saw Jodie as a mother figure. I saw Jodie as a friend who gave a deep shit about these boys. Now, she had a different perspective. She had a different life. She brought different experience to it. But in the way I move through this world, I don't consciously say, I am going to, well, I take that back. Today I did move someone's hair out of the way in a photo op and said, yes, I'm momming you right now. Yes, I am. But in general, I don't walk in saying, I'm going to mom at you. I'm going to ballistically mom now. I say, I am going to connect with my authentic ability to unconditionally see and love you and to communicate that. If you receive that as mom, it is my honor. If you receive that as friend, it is my honor. If you receive that, and if you don't even want to fucking receive that, it's still my honor. But I'm just showing up, and if that resonates as mom, I love being called mom. But you don't have to. Same thing on the show. I never really thought that Jodie was Dylan and Cole's mom. No, I was very much Dylan and Cole's mom. I never really thought that Jodie was Sam and Dean's mom. I just thought she was a friend with maybe a few more years life experience on her.
But like 2. So no, not a mom.
I can't remember. There was one episode where they aged Jodie, and she was only like 5 years older than Dean. It was one of those where they identified, it was like the Men of Letters was pulling up all of these, like, here's this operative and this operative and this operative, and I was like, freeze on that image right now. How old do they say Jodie is? Oh, I'll take that. Yeah, damn right, I'm 44. Yes, I am. Fuck you.
But that happens in life. Like, I have friends certainly who are, I would say that I'm quite maternal with my close girlfriends. You don't have to be of a certain age to be mothering people, I think, right? So, you can be whatever we want. What do I care?
Yeah. Hi.
Hi, my name is Kim.
Come on.
What's happening?
Told you these were our people. These are literally.
No, this is an April Fool's joke, isn't it?
Is that what's happening?
Is that what's happening? You can tell me, I won't be mad.
Good catch. But
I don't trust you fuckers.
we're just gonna have to start yelling names when we walk out there and see who turns around. If nobody turns around, we've been had.
Okay, hello.
Hi. Okay, first I wanted to say to Kim that my oldest, when I let them know, reminded them that you were the mother, and Zach and Cody responded that they grew up with you twice. First when they were little with that, then with Supernatural. So you're almost kind of like another mom before
We're
them.
co-parenting.
Hey, if you want to come do the job, I can use you.
Only if we trade.
I can handle that kid. But my question is for both of you. Out of all of the filming you've had to do, what line have you said that left you thinking, I never thought I'd have to say that?
Oh yeah, you betcha. Oh yeah, you betcha. Oh yeah, you betcha. And not only that, it became like a coin phrase. And so Kim and I, we've gone to these conventions that are just signing conventions. I did my first one, what was it, 2 months ago? People come to the table and they go, can you just say the thing? Say the thing, say the thing. And I go, oh yeah, you betcha. And they go, ah, I did it! Just say the thing! And I was like, what is my life? I'm not against saying the thing, not against signing the thing. I love Donna, I love her accent. I created that character with the writers and directors and the other cast members. I love it so much. But sometimes when you take a step back from your life and you go, huh, how do we get here? That line was pretty good, but it's like probably one of my favorite lines, so I win.
You totally do. I can't think. You said in all of my filming, not just in Supernatural.
Any script you had to do.
Okay, I don't know. This is the only thing that came to mind, but I found it heartbreaking and yet hilarious. You'll take care of him, he'll take care of you. That's why I had twins.
Makes sense to me. Yeah. You do get to choose to have twins, right?
Boy, girl, twins. I'll take twins. I'll take twins. So
just the bill.
Present, just the bill. And maybe some crushed ice.
Crushed ice. Oh, God.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
My name is Haley, and my question is for Bree. I met you about 6 years ago, and I was like the most scared kid ever. Back then, I think I was 14. And you have inspired me since then to be so confident in myself. And I was just wondering what your favorite inspirational quote was, because I'm planning on getting it tattooed.
Oh boy. Okay.
Don't finish with that.
I know.
Because then there's pressure, and we have parents that we have
heard me say, "Go fuck yourself" a lot today. Favorite quote of mine, but not inspirational. So do not tattoo that on your body.
Go on my sleeve.
Also, do not tattoo that on your body. Because that is not my quote. It is Donna's quote and the writers of Supernatural. This is also not my quote, but it's a quote that when I found it during a time when I felt like I was being deeply judged by a group of people. This was a long time ago. I felt like I was kind of doing everything. I was like, why am I not being welcomed by these people? And I remember Jose and I having long conversations about it. My partner is so great about being such a beautiful reflection of my true self, good and bad. And so he will always like put me back into myself. But a quote that is by Isadora Duncan, who's a very famous dancer, American, I think she's an American dancer, is she says, darling, don't let them tame you. And that has been a favorite quote of mine for a long time, and I really do kind of live my life by it. Because, and we've had a lot of these conversations, is you can run around, you can pedal, you can swim as far as you can, and some people just are not gonna like you. And it's not your job to bow down to them, to be smaller for them, to be more acceptable. It's your job to be your true self. And if that's wild without hurting anybody else, then that's wild. Then be wild. But don't become a version of yourself for the sake of others' tastes.
Another one of yours that I really love, and I don't know who said it first, I attribute it to you, is I won't dim my light because you refuse to wear sunglasses.
I don't know if I made that up, but I kind of think you did. I think I maybe did. There, you can tattoo that one. No, I'm just kidding, don't do it. I feel weird! My favorite is when somebody is at autographs and they're like, can you draw something? And I'm just like, we're in autographs, we're so fast. And they're like, thank you so much, I'm gonna get that tattooed on my body. And I'm like, no!
I can't tell which is worse if they tell me before or after. It's like, you're like, how do I start my name? Shit! It's K. K starts. Okay, the pen's on the paper, I got that much. Down, okay, I start down. And then I go around, and then, oh God, I don't,
do what you want, but also don't. Thank you so much. Thank you, honey, it's so nice to see you again, I'm proud of you.
Do what you want, but also don't. That's going on, that's, yeah. Also don't.
Hi, my question is mainly for Kim. If the CW had gone forward with the show Wayward Sisters, where would it have gone, and where would you have liked to have seen it gone?
Oh, this is for both of us. Yes. You go first.
Well, we know, and we've said this at conventions before, but so when they pitch a show to a network, they have to pitch the idea for the full season, for the arc of the season to the show. So not only do they have a script for the pilot, and then they have to pitch the arc of where the season is gonna go. So they actually showed that to us about what was gonna happen in the first season. And in the first season, Donna was gonna become a vampire. I know! So I was pretty jacked about that. I also, because Kim got to become a demon, and she fucking loved that, was brilliant at it. For some reason, just actors love being able to kind of go into bad versions of themselves. It's such an amazing exercise, you know? You go.
Yeah, and I know what you asked and what you wanted. What you wanted for the answer to your question is, what are storylines that would have been fun to see? I'm sorry for what I'm about to answer, because this isn't your intention, but it needs to fucking be said. Here's the thing. Representation on television is not just important for the people who are represented. Expanding representation in storytelling serves all of us. And I was looking forward to Wayward Sisters having canon queer characters, having trans characters, having disabled characters, because you know what? It isn't fucking, okay, I guess you deserve to exist now. Which is bullshit, because everyone has the right to exist and that worth is inherent. So let me get that clear. It is that there are stories, and this is the selfish part of me, there are stories that I haven't been told, because it takes queer people to tell the story. It takes trans people to tell the story. It takes disabled people and people of colors to tell their fucking story. I am missing out on stories. And we were gonna be able to tell them on Wayward Sisters. So that's what I was looking forward to, is hearing stories because of perspectives that we were finally gonna be able to include. Thank you, I gave myself a head rush on that one. So thank you for that question. Thank you. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Next!
Send letters to the CW. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Emily. So I'm getting married in 4 months, and
yay! Congratulations!
Thank you. But I'm a terrible dancer, so I was wondering if you guys could tell me your favorite dance moves.
Get it, yep.
That's basically trademarked. And this is me doing the...
But she can use it at her wedding, can't she?
Absolutely.
Is that okay?
I mean,
Yeah.
a straight arch is
Show it in her direction too. Show it in her direction too.
You gotta do the overbite as well. And then, what is it the floss? Is that what that is? I can't do it, but do you want to see me try?
See, the thing is, if you just have Brianna's video of this, which is going to be everywhere, just go on YouTube in 5 minutes. On Twitter, you're going to be able to find it and have it playing behind you. Your own dancing will look like it's purely intentional.
There you go. You're welcome. It's my wedding gift to you.
I think that's fair.
See, I told you, I don't get embarrassed. They're all gifts. They're gifts to you.
I don't think I can top that. I can tell you though that it was many years. I was a little, again, dark, angry child, which meant that I went to a lot of emo clubs. We were goth when I was